What's up with it, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Back again with another one. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you're not a member of the channel. And also hit them notifications too so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. Okay. Now, before I get this video started, I want to give a shout out to Too Raw for TV. If you haven't subbed to Too Raw for TV, go sub to his channel. He has multiple channels. He's got Too Raw for Sports, um, the regular channel Too Raw for TV, and also Politically Incorrect, and also Too Raw Classics as well. Um, the reason why I'm giving my just due to Too Raw is because he was able to put everybody on what Paul Pierce had spoke about in terms of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the GOAT conversation. Um, you know, he said he needs to rethink, the GOAT debate and why Kareem is never at the top. And he has a tremendous point. Um, of course he brought up the six rings, and he brought up the fact that he had one of the most unstoppable moves during that era, and really now. And also another thing, he didn't say this, but Isaiah Thomas had mentioned this, and why Isaiah Thomas has Kareem up there is because Kareem won at every level. He won at high school, won at college, and of course he won in the NBA. Which I think needs to be talked about too. But I'm gonna take it a step further. You know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what's up with it? LA Sports Live, I see you in the building. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was hated on by the media during that time. He was hated on uh, when you talk about the political aspect. During that, and I'm talking about going back in this, in the '60s and in the '70s. He was the way that he thought politically, and then of course he was hated on because when he had converted as well, which I'm not going to get into because it's respect to anybody's religion and how they believe. He wasn't media friendly, and they absolutely could not stand guys like Kareem, guys like Muhammad Ali, guys like Bill Russell, guys like Jim Brown. You know, and so if you look at this picture right here, think about what was transpiring during that time. Here you have, if y'all don't know, this is Andrew Bynum. And Andrew Bynum, during that point in time, played on the championship Lakers teams during that time when he was playing with Kobe. And Andrew Bynum had unbelievable potential to actually be a very good big man, or and possibly even be a great big man had he had kept it going and stayed healthy and kept his mind straight. And through the teachings of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Andrew Bynum was starting to emerge. Kareem has worked with a lot of people that he really doesn't get the credit for, much like Hakeem Olajuwon. And for those of you that wonder, I have Kareem. Uh, I have Kareem up there as my my second big man. Now, it's no disrespect to Kareem, but I just have Hakeem first before Kareem. But as far as who's accomplished more, longevity, uh, who had who had pretty much the better career, it was Hakeem. I mean, it was Kareem. I'm sorry, it was Kareem. He had the better career out of the two. But my personal preference was Kareem. I mean Hakeem. You know, because of you know I saw from Hakeem, and he kind of he just appealed more to me from a skill set standpoint. But that wasn't no knock on Kareem at all, because Kareem was one of those ones to bring finesse into into the game as a big man. Uh, I think that he doesn't get enough credit, for the simple fact it has to do a lot with politics and the way people feel about him. Uh, he wasn't trying to be, friendly and be your best friend and be like a media darling, such as like Giannis and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. These guys are not they're not trying to be all friendly and happy go lucky or anything like that, because they have intellect minds. Well, really, Kareem has an intellect mind to know that, okay, I can see through your bullshit. You know, they never showed. I think Ticket was talking about this like like a couple of weeks ago. Hey man, they never showed Kareem any love, and it's the same with Muhammad Ali. You know, when Muhammad Ali was boxing, they absolutely hated this man. Uh, the only reason they wanted to keep Ali in in the presence of the eyes of many was because people were engaging, and they wanted to market off of him. They wanted to sell. They wanted the old nigger to sell, pretty much. That's how they treated him. But they didn't love Ali. They didn't love him at all, and they hated him even more when he stood up for what was right, and hated him even more when he sacrificed. Hated him even more when he was diving into certain issues in the country. Paul Pierce, he's got a valuable point. Now, you know, I'm a I'm gonna separate everything right now in terms of how I view when they talk about a goat or anything like that. I go by positions. I go by position because to me it's not fair to compare a center to a guard. It's not fair to compare a point guard to a small forward. It's not fair to compare a power forward to a point guard. If you understand what I'm saying, it's just not fair. You know, so I kind of rank it by position. But when you talk about a goat argument and everything, yes, Kareem does have to be in there, much like Will Chamberlain has the right to be in there, and a lot of people don't like it, much like LeBron. He has the right. He has the right to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I don't have LeBron. You know, as no goat, and I certainly don't like comparing LeBron to the likes of a Michael Jordan because to me they don't even play the same type of game and they don't have the same type of mentality. But I can compare a guy with such as Kareem with a Hakeem or with the Shaq or with the Will Chamberlain. And see another thing too is I think that a lot of people need to understand that when you're having these type of like debates and discussions or things of that nature, if you're gonna come with any type of logic, understand that you have to really go off of what you really seen. You can't sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, well, you know, Kareem was trash" or something like that, when you never really seen that man right before your eyes. Or you can't say, "Oh man, well that era, man, they didn't play like this or they didn't play." No, you can't say that because if you had to have been there and had to have been there, right there and witnessed everything in order for you to even come with a strong argument or anything. That's why when I talk about Hakeem, I've seen Hakeem play, and not just off of no highlights. I've seen him play, from the time when he was young in the NBA up until the time when he retired or whatever at his last stint with the Raptors or whatnot. You know, and you got to be able to see some of these guys maturation processes before you sit there and you try to make any type of strong arguments or any type of discussions or debates or anything like that. You know, and you certainly can't sit there and try to compare a Kareem with a Michael Jordan only when you talk about championships or you know or titles or something like that. Yeah, or accolades. Yeah, you can compare that, but like positioning wise or skill wise or something like that, you can't make that type of uh, debate because the thing about it is that they didn't even play the same style of game, yet alone play the same type of position. And see, that's why I never really liked the whole Jordan versus LeBron debate, and some people really get in their feelings. Like there was another poll on another channel about LeBron versus Kobe. I never liked that comparison. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even like the comparison between Steph Curry and AI because that's just not a good comparison. But if you make a comparison between Earl to Pearl Monroe and James Harden, that makes sense. That makes sense. But that has nothing to do with GOAT. I'm just speaking in hindsight. but not much credit is given. It's not given to Kareem, and people constantly sleep over this guy. Like this guy has not. He like it has taken how long for somebody to reach his scoring eclipse his scoring um amount. It's taken well over, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it well over 20 years. You know, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm uh, reading the text. You know, it was back in 80. It was back in '84 when since somebody has even almost come into close, which is probably going to be end up being LeBron James to getting that 38,000 plus points. That's a long time, and most records don't even last that long. And I never thought that I would possibly see it if God willing, if I'm still able to live them, those couple of years or whatnot, I'll be able to see it. But I never thought that I was going to see it in my lifetime. And I thought, Jordan was going to do it at one point. But I said the way that at what rate Jordan was going, I knew that he wasn't. I knew that he wasn't. So we have to take that into account. That's a strong debate right there when you talk about, okay, how long it's taken somebody for them to break a record. Damn near 40 years. It's 4 decades. And yes, he played a long time, but you're talking about a lot of accomplishments that this guy has had. you know but he did have skill. He did possess the skill. He possessed the intellect. He possessed the know-how. um his winning ways. Even when he had fell short, when Kareem had fell short, guess what? He was able to bounce back. He was able to bounce back plenty of times. And he wasn't the only one that was in that class where they actually sat there and made a rule about him. They made a rule about Wilt. They made a rule about him. They outlawed ducking. They had the Chamberlain rule and the Alcindor rule. That's how dominant they were. That's just how dominant they were. But you know, you, you Paul Pierce got a good point in rethinking and having to go back and really question some things. And for a long time, I did have Magic. I'm just giving an example right now. For a long time, I had Magic Johnson as the greatest point guard. For a long time, for a long time. But then I started as I got older, and as I started to scratch my head a little bit. Now I said to myself, I said, wait a minute. As great as Magic was, look at his team, and look how many scores he had on there. Look at the talent that he had around him. That's no knock. That ain't no knock on the guy that I'm about to compare about the team that he had, which is Isaiah. But I had to think about it, and then on top of that, Magic. You're talking about 6'9", nothing that nobody had ever seen before. So it was kind of a shock for a guy to be 6'9" and be handling the rock the way that he did, and with the court vision and everything. But then I got to thinking to myself. I said, wait a minute. Isaiah Thomas was 6 foot or 6'1", and he's playing in the land of the trees. And on top of that, he didn't really have anybody who at that time wasn't they weren't Hall of Famers at that time on his squad. Yeah, Dennis Rodman, but he didn't start emerging until later. And he's having to play with a whole bunch of great role players. They weren't as talented as a James Worthy. They weren't as talented as say a Byron Scott. They weren't as talented as, of course, a Kareem. And he got to play. He playing with those guys. So I put it into perspective, and I said, okay, wait. I'm going to choose Isaiah because he did more with less. But that's not taking anything away from Oscar Robertson, Magic, or like a guy like Tiny Archibald, who I don't feel like gets talked about enough, or any of these other great point guards. But see, the way that I feel, you might be talking to a guy that's like in his 70s or 80s, much like I've talked to some of these guys and stuff, and they'll be like, "Well, yeah, well, Bob Cousy, I used to love Bob Cousy." But see, if you have that argument with a young guy that loves I'm trying to think, like that loves a Chris Paul, or loves a Steph Curry, or loves some of these other young point guards that are coming up in the game right now, or something like that. Even damn Colin Sexton or something like that, they'll be like, "Oh, well, Bob Cousy was trash," or something like that. But they wouldn't, you wouldn't, you didn't witness that era, and you weren't there from afar. You going by the film and everything, and Bob Cooley, the way he dribbled or something like that, and all this other stuff, which they weren't doing all that stuff that they are right now. But the thing about it is that you have to learn to appreciate a different era, and be like, okay, let's take into account there was a lot of rule changes. There was a lot of stuff that they had to deal with. On top of that, see, a lot of people don't understand that they were still playing in smoky arenas. They were playing in smoky arenas. You could smoke cigarettes, you could smoke cigars and stuff like that in the arenas. So you breathing that into your lungs, and then you having to run up and down the floor. So see, that's another aspect that a lot of people don't tend to appreciate. That's why I never down talk any of these guys that they talk about. When when uh, when True Raw, when he brings up some of these guys, from back in the days. When LVZ, when he talks about uh, some of these guys from back in the day. When Ticket brings up some of these guys from back in the day, you got to learn to appreciate and just automatically stop putting these guys in the mediocre category. You said yes, you're right. Remember under he was undefeated, and Bill Walton. Yeah, college rings too. Yeah, exactly. You on point. Salute to you, Kevin Foster. You know, and this is another valid point too that I don't think people understand is that when it comes to like the Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame too, they're doing your whole totality of your career. You know what I'm saying? From what you did before you got into the NBA too. A lot of people don't realize that either. And one can say that his college career was just as great. His high school career was just as great. Playing under the great John Wooden. You know, he averaged um, for his college career, he averaged 26.4 points per game, and he scored the most points in the college game, which was 61. And he only lost one game. He only lost one game, and that was to the Cougars, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no, he lost two games. He lost two games. He lost two games, and he was putting up 29, 26, and 24 when he was in college. Now, as far as finals, um, as far as so, yeah, I'm reading some of your comments. Hell of a coach from what I was told from my dad. Yeah, man. You know, you said what was the second? What was the second? What? And you know, I think a lot of people look at the fact that Kareem had lost. Yeah, but what are you saying? Like, what was the what was the second? What was the second word, Kevin? I think a lot of people look at the fact that Kareem had lost. He lost four finals. I think that's what a lot of people look at, but uh, we can't always base it. We can't always base it on that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, like, we can't always just look at that because Jerry West played in nine in nine finals and lost eight of them and only won one. you know, you know, Julius Irvin. There's some people that put Julius Irvin high. He played in four, lost three. You know, uh, we see it's tricky because and I'm not one of those ones to just be like I was 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. In college, but I know in the finals he was 6-4. Who first one was who in the lose? Huh? I don't understand. Are you talking about in college, Kevin Foster? I'm getting confused on what you're typing, man. Woo, boy, boy, boy. Yeah, he was 6-4 in the finals though. Yeah, but I never really, because I look at the fact that he still got six rings, and then on top of that, he was able to, he bounced back. When you look at that Lakers versus Boston, he was able to bounce back. Speaking of Boston, we got True to King that just stopped through. Y'all go subscribe to that boy True to King TV, man. You say yeah, dot 86 college. Okay, but what in college though? What in college? And it was 83 for us, man. 83 is when the Sixers won. We won it because we won in 83, 83, 67, and back in 55. That's what we're one. What's up with it, True the King? How you feeling, bro?
Yo, what up, Polo, man? Polo, what's good? What's good, man?
Man, it's been a minute,
Just
man. You don't even come through and holler at your boy no more, man.
my fault, man. It's the time I be live and all that, man. It be my fault, man.
I know you
I
be
just
doing your thing. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my kinfolk, True the King, man. We got a Boston
so
fan. I'm just surprised that you came in here talking about Kareem, bro.
listen, man. Kareem is it doesn't get the respect he deserves, man. It's basketball is weird like that, man. It's like the older, it's like once the generation goes in, it's like the other players get disrespected. You know what I mean? It's
Right,
like
right, right, right.
it's always going to be a trend like that. Marcus Jordan. Well, the thing is with Kareem was messed up. I mean, Jordan going to get his love and respect because the media always going to put his name out there, even though he's going to get disrespected because of whatever. But Kareem, like he doesn't even get mentioned in the GOAT conversations like that, and it's disrespectful. I mean, he's arguably when we're talking about. I mean, like college dominated in college, greatest college player of all time. Then he goes to NBA, makes an impact, won a championship. I mean, I don't understand it, man. Or I mean,
And,
six time MVP.
right,
Like,
right.
that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. Not especially being what his stances was. You
A,
know what I mean?
a, a,
Because the talent was undeniable.
a true. And listen, this was a Celtic. This was a Celtic that came out and made that statement. This was a Celtic that came out and made that statement. Paul Pierce said, "quote I definitely feel that he's the greatest player of all time. Clyde is right with that weapon. There was no defense against Kareem and that weapon. I mean, he was like, quote, and then he had a lot of information about the game. Kareem played with good players throughout his career, going back to Power Memorial and on the playground. It didn't take Kareem maybe 5 or 6 years to win the championship. Kareem has been a champion at every level and a distinctive champion because I think at UCLA they may have won two, maybe three championships, and then in his second year in Milwaukee, he was able to win another championship, and then he won a couple of championships with the Lakers.
Yeah, that's that's facts, man. And like, hey, and people forget this too, though. He was supposed to be in the Olympics, but he boycotted. So I mean, it's
Right,
other
right,
things,
right,
a lot
right,
of
right.
things doing that too, man. Like I mean, man, I mean, one on every
Excuse me,
level.
excuse me, to the King. That was Dandridge. That was Bob Dandridge. I'm sorry about that, but Paul Pierce has said he had tweeted. I'm pretty sure you saw the tweet, but
Yeah,
he was like
I
when
saw Pop. Yeah,
yeah he was saying when listening to the goat talk, why is Kareem never at the top and all that.
cause it's political, man. It's political, and then like that era. I mean, the quote unquote that era was the dying age of that. Like that era didn't make a lot of money, tape
Hmm.
delay games and stuff like that. And then like shoot, you got people putting Magic over Kareem and stuff like that because of it's political, man. When it comes to his political views, his religion, and all that stuff comes into play. But you cannot deny he's an all-time leading scorer, man. He's an all-time leading scorer, still to this day. I mean, LeBron may pass it, but still, I mean, that still says a lot, man. All these years, he's still the
It's
all-time leading scorer.
taken it's but true. It's taken 30 plus, well now
Exactly.
about to be 40 plus years for somebody to even get into reach of eclipsing his record. That's a
Right.
long time.
Exactly. And not just him being an all-time great scorer, him as a defender. He can play make, rebound, a basketball, a well-rounded player, man. I mean,
Hmm.
It was just that sky hook, man. The reason why he got that sky hook because they banned him from dunking the basketball. He had
Yeah,
to
to
develop a
outstanding
shot.
rule.
Well, yeah, he had to develop that sky hook. You know what I mean? Because he was that
Right,
dominant. Okay,
right.
you 7'1". Okay, he six being what 7'1", 7'2". Like dudes with skill like that, man. I mean, you can't. This Kareem, like I said, he's definitely in that GOAT conversation, man. I mean, especially when I mean most accomplished basketball player of all time.
And see, listen, I always look at. See, this is another thing that I pay attention to. True, that I don't think a lot of people take into account. You got to think about what they were going through in terms of civil wise and socially, and also from an environment standpoint. They were playing, in Boston. They were playing like when Bill Russell and everything, and all those boys were playing back in those days, and Will Chamberlain, all them in the arenas. You could smoke. So you could smoke cigars and
Yeah,
cigarettes and all that other stuff. Imagine, and you was in the military, true. So you got to run. You know what I'm saying? Imagine having to run and you breathing in smoke constantly.
yeah,
That's what guys had to play up against and stuff, man. Then you on top of
yeah.
that
There's a lot
racism.
of right racism and stuff like that's the other thing too, man. Like, and people try to downplay him. People, oh, activists doesn't have nothing to do about the game of basketball, but at the end of the day, that's part. I mean, basketball is part of their lives, so it goes hand in hand and intertwined in things they do. So
Hmm.
you have to. So I mean, when you got players, you got fans calling you all this stuff like that, you can't go to certain places and and you get treated mistreated, and you still got to go up there and play the game. You got all these things in your mind. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do.
That's facts right there. I mean, that's straight fact. And see, that's why I bring it up. And see, true. A lot of people got to realize this too. They didn't love Kareem like that. They didn't love Muhammad Ali like that. They didn't love Jim Brown. They didn't love Bill Russell. They did not. They weren't me. These guys were were severely hated for the fact of them standing up for what was right. Or of course, when Kareem had made the change and the conversion to Islam and everything like that, then he got hated on even more. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, but they always wanted to take it outside of basketball. It's just like now they're starting to get his guy credit because he's advocating for the
Yeah,
jab.
but that's yeah the walk and that's the thing too though. Like nowadays, being woke is you can monetize well, quote unquote for being woke and aware and whatever case may be. Back then, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? You stood on what you stood on. Now it's a trend on being stand up and being woke and being aware and being quote unquote an activist, whatever case may be. It wasn't cool, quote unquote cool what they was doing back in the day. It wasn't
Right.
popular. You know what I mean? So
I
it's Kareem broke them, helped break them barriers, man.
Man, I ain't never got your feelings about everything that's taking place with the whole Kyrie situation and all that, man.
The Kyrie
How you?
situation. I mean, my whole thing even about the virus and all that. It's and even real life. It's too political, right? If
Hmm.
I don't think if you don't want to take it, you don't want to take it. The only issue I have with Kyrie is that he's making it a bigger deal than what he is. Like, okay, if you don't want to take it, that's fine. I don't think he should be out there going explaining himself, whatever case may be. If it's a mutual thing that okay, I don't want to take it, ask for a trade then and send him somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. If Kyrie doesn't want to take it, that's cool. Nobody's going to kill you, but like, don't have all this drama. And because, like I said before, that's what he's known for. He's known for even besides all this virus. He's known for drama. Everywhere he goes is some type of drama.
Right, but see, hold on. See, let me say this though, true. See, the thing about it is that that's the media trying to make that because see you know that they was out there trying to protest outside of the Barclays Center and everything. Well, you had some fools out there that was trying to rush into the Barclays Center and stuff like that, knowing damn well, true to King, that man, them guys wasn't out there for no Kyrie. They just want him out on the floor so they could win basketball games. And these fools want to be lunatics and try to rush the security and stuff like that. Some of them guys don't even know about the game of basketball, nothing like that. They just trying to wreak havoc, just much like
Yeah,
they did
that's
when the whole
facts, man.
situation was going on with George,
Yeah,
George Floyd and all that, man.
yeah. Yeah, that's facts. But my whole thing with the Kyrie, my whole thing is okay. If you know, because this is not the NBA doing this. This is just the state
Mm.
law. This is what it is. They want him
Right,
out
right,
there to
right.
shoot. If they can sit there and put him on the court, they'll put him on the court. But the
Mm.
situation is like, okay, well, then it's like, okay, if you, my whole thing is this. Then is, hey, if they're not allowing you to play and you want to keep playing basketball, then go somewhere where you don't have to take the vaccine. And
Right,
they will gladly do it whatever case may be. All this extra stuff, him explaining himself and all that stuff, man. It's like, come on. I don't know, man.
right.
I don't. Personally, I don't care. Like, you take it, listen. You're not better than nobody if you do take the vaccine, and you ain't better if you don't take it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's your choice, whatever you want to do. But Kyrie has to understand. Listen, man. You're not gonna win in Brooklyn. It's just a state. The laws is the laws. You can't. It is what it is. I don't. You probably. Well, I do think he's gonna play basketball again. The question is where though. That's the whole thing. Where he gonna play
Yeah,
basketball? You know what I mean? It was rumors about Philly and all that other stuff, but I don't know how. Well,
probably.
I
You
don't know,
know,
but there's places I would like have Kyrie Irving. I'll tell you that. He is a talented basketball player. End of the day. So I
yeah.
don't know.
I think if he went to like a because as well as Utah is doing, Utah or I think Denver is not really dong ho on their restrictions. And see, Mark Cuban now, Mark Cuban. I don't know if you heard about this, true, but over here in Dallas, Mark Cuban has lightened up on the restrictions. But that's just that has to do with the fans.
Yeah, plus it's
That doesn't have
Texas
to do.
too. Plus it's
Yeah,
Texas. Texas don't. They don't listen, they made it
right.
clear that listen, they don't. That's a whole. I wouldn't bet it. Listen, there's places out there. That's what I'm saying. Kyrie like doing all this extra stuff. Listen, man, like we get it. You don't want to take it. That's fine.
Mm.
But it's like that. You pay like you're not helping yourself, man. And it's like it's too much. It's too much drama and all that stuff, man. Listen, just hey, you don't
But
want. If you make it clear that you I don't know, because then it's like it's things it's things that he did before this though that has nothing to do with the vaccine is the reason why like I think like the book it got to this point, right? The fact that he was saying that the players need to get traded with more Chris Burton Spencer did when he was there. Um, we don't need no coach and
yeah,
there's
but
little things
they
like that. Then remember last season about the no call he did a no call no show and
yeah,
you know where
man.
it
But
was at.
they but they gonna try to use anything they can against him because he's not and true he ain't the only one that feel the same way. And matter of fact, let's go ahead, let's take it a step further, okay? Let's take it a step further. That boy Cam Newton, guess what? Didn't want to take the jab. Guess what, man? Then they want to go ahead and try to blackball him, push that narrative talking about he didn't know no playbook. We know what it was. Carson Wentz, he felt strongly about taking the jab and everything. They hadn't made this
Yeah,
whole media frenzy about anything, and there's been several other players. Trey Burke, they kept it under wraps, and what's his name wouldn't even allow him to play until he took it or whatever, Mark Cuban or whatever. They didn't go media friendly, but the thing about it is that Kyrie, he's had problems with the media before, so they want to sit up there and make and Kyrie. just came out with one statement so far on live. He hasn't been out there like, oh, you know what, holding his fist up or no, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's been everybody else. Where are all these other people
Co-sign from
that were supposed
Kyrie.
to have his back and all this other stuff?
Yeah.
So they proclaim and stuff like that. Now I
Well, I
get
think
what you.
KD. I think KD kind of still has his back, but like it's
Mhm.
one of the things where it's like, okay, well, Brooklyn, well, we really didn't even ask for Kyrie. You just basically with a package deal, and it was a situation where it's like what things that Kyrie done, he kind of overstayed his welcome. Cause like, hold up, like you, like in a sense, like, I mean, you got to get sick and tired of it. Especially if you already got James Harden on your team and KD. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like we don't need to deal with all this, and it's like it is what it is. And if I'm Kyrie, I'm working with the Nets and demand to get traded out of there. Simple as that, really. That's why I
Right,
mean that's
but
why I don't that's why I don't agree with all the stuff he's doing. I mean, it's like I mean, yeah, we
uh,
get it. You don't want to take the vaccine, but like, okay, then work with somewhere and get you can go somewhere. You don't have to take it.
check this out. Do you know that what's his name? I know you heard about Christopher Goodwin, right?
Chris Godwin,
Yeah, yeah, Godwin. He ended up getting blood clots
oh yeah, I
because
heard about it.
because because of that. But see, the reason why I bring that up though, true, is because man, everybody body don't
Yeah, the
function
same.
the same.
Yeah, you gotta have
And then
yeah,
on top of that, you a fitness nut. You know what I'm saying? You keep your body in shape and stuff like that. Hey, look, man, I'm making sure that whatever. But at the same token, I salute to you. You know, for those of y'all that don't know, True is a vet.
no,
But the reason why,
I'm still in the guard.
yeah, you're still in that
Still,
National Guard. Okay, look,
yeah,
but see, you gotta take because I got friends in there, man. You gotta take, this or that or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or else, you know what I'm saying. But there's some people that just feel some type of way. They're like, man, look, hey, I got this going on with my body. I got that going on with my body. I'm putting my body at risk. You know what I'm saying? So they're very wary about what they put into their body, man. And people
yeah.
have to understand that what worked for you, true, may not work for me.
That's facts. Yeah, that's just facts though, right? And it's like, well, for me, I had to take the vaccine. Well, I took it before it was I took it when it was just an option earlier this year.
Right.
So my thing was like, let me just take it to get out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, right? So because now this last drill, whatever they act now is like it's official. If you don't, if anybody knows they got it's March 30th or 31st is the deadline to take the vaccine. If you ain't take the vaccine, you I think that you're gonna get dishonorable discharge and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just crazy though, right? It's just how the I mean, I don't know, but like then you got certain states like California and New York, they real strict. You know what I mean? So shoot, you have to take the vaccine. So
Yeah, yeah, just like
um,
yeah, just say the V shot, man, because I
V
don't, I
shot
don't
my
want to
fault.
get,
My fault.
yeah, I don't want to get, this flag. YouTube been crazy, man, and they've been messing with my channel,
Oh,
some
my
kind of
fault. I
way.
ain't my fault. My fault. 'Cause I've been my
Nah,
fault. Cause
it's
I've been on my channel. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. That's it be true.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you
So
know what? They're true. I I put to you like this, man. Um, if they gonna come to it, because it's gonna come down to a thing where they're gonna try to corner people. They've already done it to several people. You've seen it happen on jobs and stuff like that. If they're gonna sit up there and they're gonna use that agenda, which I feel like it is an agenda when they were coming with all the riot, the riot with the Barclay Center and stuff like that. I feel like, man, you might as well, like you said, just go ahead and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Kyrie, because I would have did that, a long time ago. It's just like with the whole Ben Simmons situation and stuff like that. Okay, you sit up there, see mental health. You know this truth. That ain't nothing to play around with or anything like that. And I'm not saying that he is playing around, but if you had mental health issues a long time ago, because I had a friend that was a partner that was in the military, he came back and we immediately knew that something was up with him, because he just wasn't the same.
Right.
You would have attacked that a long time ago, man. You would have been
Yeah.
on it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's crazy because now that like the climate now about how mental health is more is out there more now and more um it's just more awareness now to it. It's easy to he used that as as an excuse. This is because I mean I ain't saying he had no type of mental illness at all because everybody go through stuff, right?
Hmm.
It's real convenient, you know. It's like come on, man.
Yeah, but you sure didn't have any trouble when you were taking pictures on IG, with your car and all that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you
that's
and
true. But in that, I mean, and you can still be depressed and stuff like that too, man. People will, cover stuff and shout, but it just all of a sudden now, it's too convenience of it, right? I mean, I don't care what you do on Instagram, but you still can be people put a max on
yeah,
and cover
people
their
can still be
emotions,
hurt.
but like, but all of a sudden now, the him getting kicked out on one to listen and oh, you know what I mean? And because now he can still get paid and not do anything.
Listen,
And that was the key. The key was the money, and you know what I mean. That's
that,
the whole thing.
hey, true. Danny Green tried to reach out to Ben Simmons several times. He's made an attempt, and not only Danny Green, there were members of the organization that tried to reach out to Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? And even
Right.
Tobias Harris during the situation has said, "Hey, we got your back," because Tobias Harris he's showing leadership because he's a veteran on the squad or whatever, and we're sitting, he's reaching out to him and letting you know, okay, hey, look, we got you, we got your back and everything like that. Now, the ball is in your court, Ben Simmons. Look, this goes beyond me criticizing Ben Simmons for his play and stuff like that. Now we have another issue, true. We got an issue with your mental, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
think about it, true. He liable to do something to himself because because how you don't know how he feeling when he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
man,
true.
look, look, I hate
Hopefully,
myself.
yeah. Hopefully he just this is just a excuse
Look at
so he can just
Delonte West. You seen what happened. You seen
yeah
what
yeah.
recently happened to Delonte West.
That's a sad situation. I mean, hopefully it's just a ruse. This is just a excuse for him just to get paid and not do anything to help the organization outright. Hopefully it's that. But I mean, if it's not, then hopefully he's okay. Then you know what I mean. I mean that's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can't play. I mean, I don't like you people playing with that as an excuse. That mental health as an excuse. You know, it's hard. That's disgusting. Like or you pulling that card just so you can get paid your money. Like, come on, man. Because here's the thing: when that direct deposit didn't hit, he came smooth that Wells Fargo Center, didn't direct,
Yeah,
that direct deposit.
yeah. So, but then when he
He
gone,
would quit. He had his sleeve up already for the take the V shot. He had the jaw. Man,
right,
listen,
right,
hey,
right,
listen,
right.
man. I mean, but that's hard real big because my whole thing is okay. You want to hold out on your standards, okay, that's cool. But then, okay, that like I said, the direct positive hit, and also you down there building night, and come on, man. Come
Right.
on, man.
Salute to you, T Price. I see you in a bit.
Through to your price, man.
But
Like,
it's
come on, man. That's
yeah, I
crazy,
know what
man.
you're saying. True, you
Like you
got me on.
don't come if you gonna come to work,
I
then
know where you.
do some work, man. If you gonna come to work, do some work. Doctor told you something gonna know then and he gonna like, come on now. That's you should have stayed home. You should have stayed home. We was cool. You staying home. That's fine. Listen, hey, well,
Right.
forget anybody like people defending you, people critiquing you, whatever case may be. You know, I was defending Ben Simmons, but when
Uh-huh.
you can't just sit there and come to work and then do stuff like that, bro. That's come on, yo. You can't do that. You can't
You
do
know
that.
the
You should
next thing we
just
gotta talk about, man, is the Celtics, man.
man.
Y'all
I'm
gonna get it
concerned.
together, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm concerned right now, but I'm not panicking though. I'm not panicking. Um, I'm still projecting we definitely gonna make the playoffs though. I don't think that's
Yeah.
I don't think that's even a question.
You think
But
Udoka's doing a good job?
he's a young coach. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, people are. This is his first head coaching job, so it's like I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. The things that he needs to do better on,
Mm.
play calling and stuff like that. But it takes time though, right? So we have to, you know what I mean? Shoot, it's only a couple games in his first head coaching career, so.
Yeah,
But I
but
do,
the East is competitive this year,
yeah,
true.
it
It's
definitely
real
is.
competitive, and you got teams like I told people. Hey, I think you were one of the ones that say I was capping too when I said that Chicago and Charlotte ain't gonna be no joke this year, man.
They're not though, and the Knicks. And I told people the Knicks is gonna be Knicks is looking real dead. I mean, Miami is Miami. I mean, we know about the problems Miami's doing, really.
Mhm.
But now the Knicks is looking real dangerous because they basically they got the younger players have gotten better, and they added two people that they needed when it comes to the offense that fits perfectly in their system. So
Right.
and for Kevin Walker. So man, oh, it's man,
And the
telling you,
Wizards, the Wizards the first true. Wes Unseld Jr. got them boys
yeah,
on the right track.
yeah. But this is. But I told people the East is gonna be better than the West this year. I told people that if the tide is going, I told people the East is gonna it's more competitive. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, the Celtics. I mean, in division though, I do like in some of the things in division. I mean, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. They had to. I need them to step up a little bit more. They are things that is doing though that they've been gotten better at though. But I need them to step up more. Al Horford's playing better than I expected. he, that man averaged like a double double at 36 years old, man. I mean,
Right.
he ain't
Well, they
allowed
got
36 years old better than Al Horford right now, man.
they got your wish and it came true. They went ahead and Taco Fall, which I was glad. He went ahead and went on to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So
Even that, though, I don't. I mean, he ain't gonna get no opportunity there.
okay, all right, you keep on doubting them, man.
I'm not no. You can come on, hold up.
Keep
You got
on
Evan.
doubting them, man.
Listen, yeah, you got Evan Mobley. You got Jared Allen. And you got Lloyd Barkley. Now that team is they better than what I expected too though, because Evan Mobley the problem, man. You legit can play. He can legit guard wings and of
Right.
course the paint. And like if they have an interesting lineup that works. Yeah,
Salute,
they legit salute.
salute, Jelly Bean, and salute Slinky. Hey, true, man. Hey, listen, man. This dude Slinky, man. He love him some Scotty Barnes in Toronto, man. What you think of Scotty Barnes, man?
Johnny
He
Barnes
been
is a
tearing it
problem,
up,
man.
man.
Hey, nah, the one no, but the one dude from the Pacers though, Chris, the Dominican dude, Dominican cat, Chris Durante,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
he official. He like a 24-year-old rookie, so he in this like you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, he's still young though.
Yeah, but it's like
He's still young.
Scott Barnes a problem though. He's a problem. He need to work
Yeah,
on his
man.
he need to work on his outside shot though. But everything else though
Man.
he at this young Davion Mitchell, I like him. I like Jalen Green of course. So,
Mm,
but like but the Davion Mitchell, um, the Chris Durante and Scotty Barnes. They the ones that Evan Mobley. They the ones that's sticking out for me so far
I,
though. I really
I'm
like.
a, I, I'm gonna put your feet to the fire right now, True the King, because I know he don't mind expressing his mind, man. John Morant, John Morant, right now. Okay,
He balling, man.
all right, yeah, but listen. This is the argument that people got. You know, he came in there in the Warriors. He shut shit down, closed the game, sealed the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like he did when he knocked them boys out when they was in the play in. Now the question is coming up, man. Who's better in the clutch? And some people are asking who's a better overall player. Now, of course, people are gonna say Steph Curry, as far as better overall, but in the clutch, he's just got a better clutch factor, man. How you feel about that, man?
I don't know. I don't. Steph Curry showed up a lot of big games, so I can't say John Moran right now. Because Steph Curry have went off in some critical games. You know what I mean? So I gotta wait on that. I still pick Steph Curry.
You still picking you picking Steph Curry at
That's
the end of the
because
game?
because
You know he
yeah, that's
got held to
because
0 points
he
in the
did.
fourth quarter, right?
I mean, he did, but that happened to the best. Hey, he did. But I'm just saying though, well, I've seen Steph Curry go crazier in bigger games. So I had to still have to go with Steph Curry.
Well, I mean, look, I'm John Morant right now, man. He's just got that it factor, much like Trey Young do too. And this is another thing too. True, I had to ask you too, man, because a lot of people been coming at me about Luca, and as much as I like Luca, man, and you probably don't listen to me, man. Luca need to come off the ball, or they not going nowhere. They got blown the fuck out yesterday
Yeah,
by Denver, and Jokic was facilitating the ball much better than he was, man. Do you
yeah.
agree with me? I already told you that I
That's
think
facts
Luka.
though. I mean, we talked about that's facts though. But if you look how their roster is set up, you kind of got no choice to tell you the truth. Because listen, Chris Porzingis got to go. He's a bum. Chris Porzingis is a bum, man. Because I understand that because I gave that man too many excuses. You can't be 7-3 getting single digit rebound. Like where you at on the defensive end? Like okay, we people talk about well, Luka is he's too ball dominant. Yeah, but Porzingis ain't doing his job either though.
Yeah, he
It's the
didn't
reason
play
why
though.
It's the reason why Luka plays that way. It's like because of how the team is set up. If I feel that the team was better, because Tim Hardaway Jr. He's a solid player, but he's only limited. He's a really a catch and shoot guy. He's really
Yeah,
not no guy that can consistently create his own shot. And you got Porzingis that's struggling. And who else is
shoot,
your, you know what
Brunson
I mean?
can.
I mean, the Brunson, but that's you still need more than that. If you want to, you know what I
Finney
mean?
Finney Smith. Would you just consider Finney Smith just a catch and shoot?
I mean, yeah, we don't have no guy really consistently can create their own shots in that team, and that's really kind of the problem. We're not saying not that, but creating plays. But I like Brunson because he's also can facilitate and stuff like that. But you need more than that if they want to make it to the next level.
That
And
nigga
that's
just
why.
dribble. He just man, true
I
man.
mean, then I'm not saying he's still a young player. He still got things he needs to improve on also. But I mean, that team does got to get better though. At the same time, it has to get better. Um, it definitely has to be. I think they need it. I think they need another because Chris Porzingis. That's that experiment. They need to get rid of him ASAP.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. He's just man. He out because of his back. You know what I'm saying? If my neck, my neck and my back. R.I.P. AJ Johnson, man. It's just one thing after another, man. And I'm like, well, Luca, you gotta also take into account Luca, man. He sits up there and he's exerting all this damn energy when you could just come off the ball in the half court and you could save a lot more energy. By that time you gas. But look at John Morant. John Morant ain't gassed by no fourth quarter. He's actually coming on in the
yeah,
fourth quarter.
but they at the same time though. To be fair though, he has a better supporting cast though, and that's really kind of. I mean, and I'm
Who
not
you talking
saying
about,
because Chris.
Memphis? They ain't
Yeah,
even
Memphis
got
got better.
Dylan Brooks.
They got still got better supporting
They
cast
doing it
though.
without Dylan Brooks,
But
true. I think True fell out. Come on back in here, True man, if you can, bro. I think you fell
And my
out.
fault. Yeah, but
No, it's
yeah, but yeah, he still got better supporting cast though. I mean, Jared Jackson Jr. I mean, they got a decent
yeah,
squad
they
over
got
there.
Steven Adams too.
Steven, I mean, and
You
they,
know,
they
they
got they got a decent squad. So I mean, they've been in the playoff. They technically could have Jared where he like I said, even that Dylan Brooks though, and Dylan Brooks he's coming back. I mean,
mm,
and I mean, I don't know, man. It's just I think that I mean Lucas that's the only thing that he's also need to prove on. But I mean, same time
he
that like I said, that team has to get better at the same time.
he gonna
Most
have to. He don't know how to play. Listen, True, that Luca is a liability. We could. He's a liability on defense. Is that fair to say? Can we agree
I mean,
on that?
I don't think nobody's gonna have pushback on that. I understand that too, but that man still is a problem though, man. He's still a top 10, top 5 player in the league, in my opinion. I mean,
Oh yeah, he
the
no,
things
he
to do,
is. I
yeah,
mean,
that's
he
what yeah, that's what I mean.
is.
That's the only reason why this team is even going to make the playoffs because you took this
But
man off that team.
but
They a
who
lottery
would
team.
you rather play with? Who would you rather play with? Are you gonna want to play with a guy like Jokic where you know you got a chance of getting the ball? Are
Well,
you
you
gonna
talking about
want to
right
play with
now?
Luca
Then
when you see
I
guys?
yeah.
True, go back and go look. You seen Powell on the Mavericks calling for the ball while Luca just sitting there dribbling the clock out.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, I mean, he is missing reads and stuff. I ain't going to debate that, but I don't know. Maybe I mean, it's he's a young player, so it's the crazy thing is though is he has expectations that like him being a top 5 player, you will think that he's a veteran, but it's like he's not. I mean, he's been playing ball courts for a
Yeah,
long
he's still a
time,
baby.
but it's like he's really young, man. So it's like you have to give him that benefit of doubt.
Hey,
But
true. He look every bit of 30.
yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I mean,
He look
his
every
history,
bit of 30, man.
but it's crazy. Like he's only what, like 22 years old. He's only like
Yeah.
22, 23 years old. I'm like, wasn't it like it's already and you are that level at that so far. So it's like, man,
He been playing what since he 14? With grown men since he 14. So
yeah. So I mean, there's people been playing 14 ain't been good as him though. I mean,
mm.
this a lot of European players that play with grown men for you know what I mean. They ain't Luka. So it's like that shows you. I
I
mean, you
I'm a, I'm gonna be honest with you, true. And this is probably going you probably gonna disagree with me. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I don't feel that Luca can get no better. I don't, and that's not saying that he's trash or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. It's like, okay, you know boxing. Like
yeah
when Mike Tyson was judging a fighter, he once said that, okay, that guy, he probably not gonna get no better because he's peaked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at Luca and I'm like, okay, what can he do unless he does the following things? He probably, which probably not gonna happen because of how Europeans are and what they do in their culture. He probably not gonna take off no a couple pounds or whatnot and lose some body fat to take some pressure off his knees and his ankles. And then on top of that, he's probably not going to be able to shift his game to where he could come off the ball. So he's going to just continue to sit up there and make all these excuses and stuff like that. He marched up in the front office telling them to get rid of Donnie Nelson Jr. made Carlisle step down, and you got what you wanted. You got Dirk in there as a special advisor, and then on top of that, you got motherfucking Finley
Just a
that just
kid.
moved up into VP. So what more do you want? You sitting up there making all the excuses. No, the excuse is you. You were the one that's got to get better with your conditioning and stuff like that. You ain't had no problem doing it with Slovenia in the summer.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think he can get better.
Hmm.
I don't see him like, I mean, because like you said, game is all. I mean, I think he can make better decisions. I mean, that which anybody can do. I can see about anybody can do that. But I mean, like I said, it's interesting, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, but at the same time though, I do want to see that him having a better supporting cast around him because the fact that I mean, at the end of the day, the fact that he wasn't even competing against the Clippers in 2 straight years in the playoffs tells
uh-huh.
you. I mean, he does things need to work on, but he just needs a better squad too, man. Because he went up against you go against Paul George and Kawhi Leonard 2 years in a row in the playoffs. That's brutal.
Man, don't even give me that truth. Listen,
That's
man,
brutal,
they
man. I'm
had
just being
them.
real.
They had them
That's
up 2-0, man.
that's facts. That's
They
facts.
had them up 2-0.
Right. But you know, but hey, man, hey, that's facts. But at the same time, I mean, at the same time though, I mean, were they supposed to win that series though? I mean, you up 2-0.
They they
That's
was
still
supposed
anybody's
to
series
win that
though.
series, and he went up against Kawhi was playing that series. True, Kawhi didn't get hurt until till later,
Yeah, I
until
don't.
Utah.
I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, they was up 2-0, but at the same time, you know, you being up 2-0 don't ain't that. I mean, ain't like three down, 3-1, 3-1 in the sense.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they was up 2-0, but at the same time, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I mean, Kawhi had to go stupid crazy in that series too. At the same time, and he come back in that series.
What?
So I
Okay,
mean,
speaking of that, true man. What you feel about them Clippers, man? You know what I'm saying? They
man,
got blown out.
they may not even
They
make the
got blown
playoffs,
out by the
man.
Blazers yesterday.
They may not even make the playoffs with that roster, man.
What?
They a playing team at best, man. They a
Oh
playing team, bro. I mean, real. They a playing team. They're gonna be the playing because they ain't gonna be bombing the West.
damn, that
They
nigga.
gonna have to.
At least
They're
you
playing.
being nice. Some niggas ain't even got them making it.
Listen. It's not even Paul George's fault because look what
Yeah, he put up 42
you
last night.
clearly see what he's averaging right now. But all that being said, and Tyronn Lue, listen, man, he's a good coach, but that roster ain't it, man. You only can do as much with your roster. That roster trash, bro. I mean, it is what it is. Kawhi out. That roster ain't it.
Right.
Because I mean, it's this. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
They a playing team for best, man. We don't know what Kawhi Leonard, mystery Kawhi,
Man.
gonna come back. You know, he's a mystery. You don't know when he gonna come back.
Shit, cause true, Minnesota got down 3 and
Minnesota better
1.
than Clippers. Minnesota better
Or
than
they three
Clippers,
and
man.
two, I think. I forget
Minnesota
which
better
one.
than Clippers right now. I mean,
Man,
Clippers
that
ain't
boy
pretty good.
Anthony Edwards and Cat, they out there hooping, bruh. I
Man,
know it's still early. Now look, I know what you really want me to ask you. Nigga, I haven't even got. I gotta get your perception on this. Okay, the Lakers, man. What you and I know you want them to be struggling. You being a Celtics fan, but do you see the Lakers evolving and really getting their shit right now?
I didn't see their whole roster healthy. I need to see their whole roster healthy. Then I could have an adjustment on that. But that being said,
Hmm.
injuries. They're an old team. They're the oldest team in NBA history, if I'm not mistaken. Or they at least up there, right? Like they 35, 36 years old, something like that.
Yeah, they the oh you got it right. Two
So
19 seasoners.
like they're the oldest team in NBA history. And it's like at the end of the day, man, that's gonna be difficult to do, man, at that age. And it's like you're old and you have to build chemistry with a lot of new players and you deal with injuries. and you got flaw and already the flaws that you have of not being a great shooting team, and you're not playing good defense right now. That's what y'all know for doing. So
Yeah, that's facts right there.
you're not doing things that make you who y'all are. That's playing great defense as a team. You're struggling shooting I mean, they're always going to struggle shooting the ball. That's what I mean. That is what it is
Well,
for the Lakers, right?
Melo's not.
I mean, that's individually, but we talking about the team. They
I'm
don't.
talking
They.
about
I mean, they
collectively.
don't.
Yeah.
That's not they. That's not their bread and butter. They went off of transition, and playing great defense. That's what the Lakers have been known for. You know,
LeBron and LaMelo. I mean, LeBron and Melo are both. They're shooting good from three, but all together, collectively they haven't been. But Melo shoot. He's actually close to damn near 50-50-90. He's shooting 50% from 3 pointers, man.
I mean, it's just
You
I don't
know,
know, man. But they defense trash though, man. Their
yeah,
defense has
you
been
right.
garbage,
You
man.
right. They're not
They're
communicating.
old. Their defense is garbage. They not the chemistry is still got to get there. It's a lot of things they have to deal with. And it's like, man, it's going to mean it is what it is, right?
Right.
But I mean, because like we've seen a lot of older teams, right, be successful, but people got put in the context of those teams that was successful, like the Bulls or the Spurs. They 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 had that was they didn't have a lot of new faces. They didn't have a lot of new faces, so the chemistry was already there. You know what I mean? The
Mm.
chemistry is already there. They did not have a lot of new faces, so and the fact that you have, like I said, they missing like three players right now. They're missing three
Right.
players right now. THT, and it's like you got DeAndre Jordan out there, and like I mean
Do you think that DeAndre? I don't, man.
that
DeAndre
man's
Jordan
washed
and
up, man.
Kenneth. See, this is
Well,
this
you
is the
first of
thing.
all, why you were you playing a dude that didn't even get no clock against a playing team Celtics last year? He
Well,
didn't even get in the
he
game.
didn't he didn't give him no run playing with Brooklyn.
And
That's what
he
I'm
played
telling you.
like come on man, and you come on man.
And then listen, this is the thing that's gonna trip you out too. Avery Bradley, he was a plus 30 coming off the bench on defense, but you got Bazemore who getting shit like negative 20 something, and then he had a negative 20, a negative 17 like a
Yeah,
couple games
man.
before that. I'm like, why you got Bazemore
I
starting?
don't know, just for shooting purposes. I don't know, man. That team, I mean,
Shooting
like you said, they
purposes,
got a lot.
that, that
I don't
nigga
know,
he
man.
put up 4 points one game.
I don't know, man. It's just
You
they
know
got a
what I'm
lot to
saying?
deal with.
True.
They got a lot to deal with, man. And the only way they really gonna be successful is AD got to really turn up. Because LeBron James, he's LeBron James, but he ain't the same LeBron no more. He's getting older.
Man,
He
nah,
dealing with
LeBron,
injuries.
I gotta disagree with you on that. True, LeBron has been hooping this year.
Yeah, he been hooping, but injuries. This man been
Oh
dealing
yeah,
with
well
ankle.
he had a
Man,
little ankle. He had a
man,
little
I
ankle
compare him to old man Logan. Yeah, he's old man Logan, man, old man LeBron.
thing.
You know, remember old man Logan movie? He was still he was doing his thing, but it wasn't the same no more though, man. He wasn't in
Yeah.
his prime. He was tearing things up wherever he couldn't. Listen, AD man has to step. He got to step. If he's a quote unquote balling case may be, but at the end of the day, they ain't been winning games. And that's the thing about problem with AD is okay. AD has no impact on winning games, and LeBron James now is the fact that they if they in trouble when you have LeBron.
I think True fell out again. Come on back in here, True, when you get time, man. Uh, think that boy True fell out. There you go.
I
Yeah,
don't.
you fell out again. Well,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead though.
your LeBron James, he taking too many jumpers. I mean,
He
I
hitting them
mean,
though. He's shooting way
yeah,
better than man. LeBron is
yeah, but
shooting.
how?
I can't
But
give you
how
that,
long?
true. He's shooting. He hitting them too.
How was he?
He's hitting them at a high percentage. Now you know LeBron. You know, okay, he wasn't like no Steph Curry or nothing like that, but he showed.
Let's see how far he keeps it up, man. If he let's see how he keeps it up, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't Lakers. I don't see them really
Man,
kind
he
of.
pulled up from damn near the timeline yesterday.
I mean, I seen it, man. But we going I mean, cool. We been, man. That man,
That
hold up,
nigga pulled up
man.
from
That
the
man, hold on.
logo.
Hold on. That man been hitting logo shots since he was in Cleveland the first time, man. I mean, that ain't the first time I've seen
Nigga,
him hit
not
that,
that
man.
part. That nigga ain't
Now,
never.
remember the shot he hit in the first. He was in Cleveland the first time. He hit that long shot.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
He
yeah,
been doing stuff. I mean, he been had
yeah.
that stuff. He's more. Don't get twisted. Since now, he's been a way better shooter. I give him that. But
I
like,
can't. I
I
can't
mean,
even. I can't even. But you know what though? See, and I talked about this earlier too. True. See, they gonna try to make Russ the personal whipping boy, and it kind of reminds me of when Bosh was in Miami. Guess what?
now
They
this is worse.
ridiculed
This is worse.
Bosh.
This is worse though. This is worse.
Think it's
This is
worse.
way worse. This is way worse because like everybody knew Bob's role was people that was itching on Bob didn't understand the role he played because of the number. He didn't put up crazy numbers. Like you're not, how are you gonna put up crazy numbers if you play with LeBron James and D Wade? Somebody had to sacrifice,
Mm,
which all of them did to a degree. But like especially if you're the third guy, somebody want to sacrifice. Same thing when like we James Worthy when he played on the Lakers. We all knew how great James Worthy was.
uh-huh.
The numbers didn't necessarily his numbers. I mean, he was better than what his numbers shown, of course, even though he
Mm,
still had great numbers. But
right.
when you play with Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you're never gonna put up crazy numbers like that. You know what I mean? It just
Right.
is
You
what it
true.
is. If you play on a
Yeah,
great team, you just that's what happens. So
man, that NBA 75 though. What you think about that list, man?
AD should have been on there. Dame should have been on.
Dame Lillard.
Dame should have been on there. I don't know if Reggie Miller should have been on there.
What?
Um,
Nah, 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 nah,
I'm taking
nah.
Alex English. I'm taking Alex English over Reggie Miller.
Over Reggie Miller? Nah. Well,
I'm taking Manu Ginobili over Reggie Miller.
nah. You better put Tony Parker. Tony Parker was the Finals MVP.
And him too. I mean, Manu Ginobili better than Reggie Miller.
What?
Manu Ginobili better
No.
than Miller. I understand
No,
that
he
Reggie Miller
wasn't.
better than the team.
My
I'm telling
Mono
you.
Ginobili couldn't carry. He wouldn't been able to carry a team
Hold
like
up.
Reggie.
Listen. Just like,
I mean, he
but yet
did a
again,
little bit,
but
but
Manu
not as
Ginobili
long
was
as
one.
Reggie. Reggie,
Right, but Manu Ginobili was on them situations where, like I said, the numbers doesn't gonna tell the whole story because he was on great teams, man.
I know he
And it's
was.
like
You know,
so it's like Manu, he could have, we know Manu could have led a
man.
team, man. We know Manu could
Last
have led the
second
team,
shot.
man.
I'm giving that boy Reggie.
Manu was clutch too, though.
Yeah, he was clutch. Yeah, I mean, Mono was clutch, but sometimes Mono would make you. You knew how Mono was. He would do stupid shit in the first three quarters,
Yeah, but hey, man,
and then he would make it. He would make up for that shit in the end. But I can't put. I can't. Park. The reason why I'm giving it to Parker is because Parker, man, man, he was awesome in that finals when he played against LeBron and
yeah,
he
but
swept him.
'05 though. I mean, sure, you go. Joe Nolan was snapping '05, man. He was. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
What about hey true? What about Adrian Dantley?
see top. I don't know if he's a top 75 player though.
They didn't
I'll
put
pick
artists. They
I'll
didn't
put
put
well.
artist Gilmore. They didn't put artist Gilmore on there either.
They both better Reggie Miller. So I mean, listen. I mean, I don't know. I'll put him over Reggie Miller. Dwight Howard should have made it on that list too.
Yeah, Dwight. But you know what that was.
Dame AD should not make that list at all. I understand. They did they voted AD. They did the basically the Shaq thing when Shaq was in the top 50 greatest players. They basically did the same shit for AD. That's my loss for my thinking on it. Dame should have been on that list. Dame shouldn't have been on that list at all.
No, he shouldn't have. Some people felt
AD.
like Kyrie. Some people should have felt like Kyrie should have been on there. True.
No. He's a top 75 talent, but doesn't mean he's a top 75 player. No, we're not doing that. Kyrie not even the top 15 point guard of all time. We're not doing that.
I
Like
don't even.
Kyrie,
You know what? I don't consider. I don't consider Kyrie a true point guard.
but even that though, like if you like him not being a
I
true
don't
point
consider
guard
him.
or even a two guard, is I'm putting other people. I'm putting a lot of people over him that should have made the list. I mean, I take Reggie Miller over Kyrie Irving.
Some
So I'm
okay. What about T Mac?
I would put T Mac over Dame.
Mm.
I wouldn't put T Mac on the
Man,
list, but
salute Jersey Deep, man. I see you in the building, man. You didn't want to come in here for that Amari Stoudemire argument, man. I see how it is, man. We was talking about Amari Stoudemire, man. I said that Amari Stoudemire was a monster. What set him back was his injuries. True,
right,
he was a
that's facts
monster
though.
coming in there, man. 60% from the field goal. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Mark Stoudemire was the problem. One of the best pick and roll uh bigs of all time, man. Definitely.
Could
I
run the
mean,
floor, dunk on your ass. He started to
yeah,
develop that
jumper.
mid range a little bit true when about maybe fourth or fifth year in the league after he got hurt that first year.
Yeah, Mark Stoudemire was a problem, man.
But
Um,
Jersey Deep said he wasn't no monster.
I don't know about that, man. But Mark Stoudemire was a problem before the injuries. I mean, he was on the NBA first team one year. I mean, I can't. I mean, he was a five-time All NBA team. Matter of fact, um, I mean, shoot, six-time All Star, five-time All NBA. I mean, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know, man. I mean, rookie of the year. I
yeah, he
mean,
was rookie of the year, 6-time All Star,
I
and he
mean,
did get a. See, a lot of people don't understand this. He got a first team All NBA in '06, '07,
I
but
mean, it's,
He was second team 4 times.
yeah, play power forward or center. I mean, man was a
Yeah,
problem,
played
man.
everything and made it to the Western Conference Finals. Made it further than what T Mac would ever
I
would
mean,
have thought.
the man started playing basketball at 14 years old.
Man, straight out of high school.
You gotta understand, like people would understand. If people ain't listen, he man started playing basketball at 14 years old. So you trying to tell me for 14 years he made the NBA in 4 years? That's
Man,
not easy. That's not easy to do, man.
nah, it's
That's
not.
not easy to do. Like he made it. Man got drafted. Like 4 years he played. 4 years it took him to get to the NBA. Like
He was
that's not that. Like come on, man. That's
he was
talent,
raw
bro.
talent.
Like that's not easy thing to do. You can. I'm gonna start started playing basketball. Like I started doing so now. I'm one of the best ever. Like best, not what best ever do it. Mean, but like that's. I mean, Hall of Fame consideration, of course. I put him in the Hall of Fame. If he first ballot, no, but you definitely should get consideration in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's true. When I say that, man, people go crazy. But man, you got to understand that Amari Stoudemire had up until it was the 2011 season, besides his rookie year, he had never averaged under under 20 points. Then he came with the he 2000 his second year with the Knicks, because his first year he averaged 25, and then
Yeah,
his second year he averaged 17.
yeah, that's when the
Besides
decline
that, he
started,
had
man.
never been below 20 points.
Yeah, man. It's like he was like shooting. It's like shooting almost 60% from the field is not easy, man. I mean that's. I mean, man, people forget, man. People forget. Mark Starmark definitely was a problem, man.
Nigga,
People,
Nigga had moves though too. See, that's the thing. Y'all be thinking like, oh, he just had Nash. He would just catch the ollie. No, he could catch the ollie. He could create his own shot. He would come baseline, use the rim as a shield, and come back and reverse and dunk on your ass. He could have the spin move and come in and finish softly off the glass. Then when he started to establish that little jumper a little bit further from out from the block, he would hit it on you. You know what I'm saying? Then oh shit, we got to worry about him jumping. Then you come out that bam, he'll blow right by you, and then he could jump. Dog, he was a problem.
Definitely, yeah, definitely, man.
Then he could run the floor. He could dribble the ball. He could handle the rock.
yeah, face up. Face up, pick a roll, got moves. I mean,
what is we talking about here? True, you feel me? Like,
yeah,
but
plays like I said, he was the best center in the game at one point in time. He was the best center in the
and
game.
on top of that, hey, look, true, this gonna really fuck you up. Listen, check this out. I said who who reminds me of Amari Stoudemire? Hey, I love taking True's quote, but this is the quote that True came with. Respect the slasher, uh, Giannis. That's who. When you look at Giannis, you look at a guy like Amari Stoudemire, how he used to play.
Facts.
Am I lying?
Yeah, Mari definitely. Yeah, definitely like that. The athletic ability. Just he was definitely there. I
And
mean,
Amari said that Giannis is better.
I mean, yeah, Giannis definitely is. And the thing about Giannis is what's scary about Giannis. He started hitting
But
that jumper
but
now.
but but true. Go back and go look at well, you don't need to. You got a good photographic memory or whatnot, man. You look at Amari and how he played. You look at Giannis, man. It's like similar because these guys were so agile. They could do except that with Giannis, he could play. He way better as far as defensively.
Yeah, and it's like, and Giannis can shoot better.
Yeah, now he got that jumper. He got the
It's
jumper
not
coming
even he
along.
got the jumper and it's like hitting mid range. Now the mid
Ooh,
see, he don't gotta be a great 3 point shooter. Now the thing is he don't gotta be a great 3 point shooter. But the fact
no,
that
but
he can hit a jumper from the mid range, it's like it's the man
but
is
we had already talked about that. True, we
he
was
has
like,
free
why
he has
why
free
people
he
want
has
to
free
force you?
throws. He has
Yeah,
feet a better he has free I mean y'all is
continue
a
continue
problem, man.
doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I really didn't care if he had a jumper or not. Just, like you kept saying, people want to know why. True. What he was saying, he kept saying it all last year. What did you say? Say it again, True, because I don't even like to say it. Say it again.
Respect the slasher, man. People respect the shooter, man. Respect the slasher, man. They
For
run, you know what
real,
I mean?
man. Like,
You
everybody,
can shoot
oh,
from
I
the,
gotta
you can
have a
shoot,
jumper. I gotta have a jumper. You
you
don't
you
see
can shoot
Ja
from
Morant
you.
shooting 50 times a game. He gonna take that bitch to the cup.
Yeah, but like, it's cool. I mean, the jumper definitely. I think you need a jumper to an extent, but when people were trying to make it seem like that's all, like it wasn't even. Here's the thing: the jumper that he's doing, that what he's developing now, he hit now. That's gonna make him the best in the league. But
Mm,
when it comes to people just disrespecting his game and stuff like that, like, come on, bro. Like that's what I was like. What are y'all talking about, bro? He's better than people that can shoot the ball. He's the best player on his team. If he gonna beat Chris Middleton in a shootout in practice, hell nah. But
nah,
guess what though? He ain't better. Chris Middleton ain't no better, no damn Giannis. Come on, man.
nah,
Not at all. There's a lot of people
right.
that can shoot better than Giannis. Are they better players than Giannis? No. Jason Tatum, he can shoot better than Giannis for sure. Is he better than him? Hell no. He got more of a
Yeah,
bag, quote unquote bag. That's what he. Oh, Giannis don't have no bag. Okay. Oh, what bag you talk about? Shoot, rebounding, can pass. That's a bag to
right.
me.
No,
Rebound most part of the game. He's one of the best in the league doing that. So shoot.
well, we got some sad news to report. True. We
Oh
got some
man.
sad news to report. The Jazz are no longer undefeated. And guess
So
who took them down? Chi-Town. Chi-Town them beat them boys 107-99, bruh.
yeah, I was paying attention to that game, right? Oh, let me see. Chicago is Chicago doing
Chicago
anything?
for real, man.
They held. Hold on, let me see. How many 3 points? 11 from 38 from three. You live by three, you die by three. He took 38
Mhm.
pointers. That's a really Utah's problem for though. Like you can be a great 3 point shooting team, but they shoot too many threes. Yo. That's really that's going to take. Like you can
But
shoot a lot of like they try like you can shoot a lot of threes, but at the same time, man, if you ain't making them, and
yeah, you
that
can't live
and
and
you
die
make
by that.
and you ain't stopping the other team
Yeah.
because they still shot better than the Bulls did from free, but Bulls, hey, you got Jokic. I mean, I said Jokic. Vujic, he was snapping. He had double double. Zach V, Lonzo Ball being Lonzo Ball.
Well, see,
He balling. I mean,
uh,
Lonzo Ball. I mean, man, the numbers ain't gonna look great on Lonzo, but I mean, I seen
no,
him
no,
playing
no,
great
no, 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 no,
defense.
no, 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 man, no. Lonzo's doing it. He doing it.
Yeah, and I told people too, man. Like, don't worry,
He
Lonzo
doing
ain't
a
gonna
good
average like
job.
people feel Lonzo gonna average like 15 and 11.
Yeah.
Like, no, Lonzo not gonna. How that team is set up though, he's not. He's
Nah, Lonzo
how
is
that.
balling.
Yeah, like people think, and people saying like,
Uh-uh.
oh, Lonzo gonna need it. Lonzo gonna average 8,
Nah,
9 assists
man.
this year. I'm like, he doesn't know. That's listen. No, you're people. That's what people got to start worrying about too. Y'all people worry about the numbers too much. You're not looking at the results. You really
It,
not looking at the game. Like he doesn't. Lonzo, for example, like Westbrook averaged more assists than Lonzo Ball, right? Is Westbrook a better passer than Lonzo Ball? No, he's not.
right, but Westbrook leads the league in turnovers right now.
But it's not even necessarily a turnover that because I mean LeBron gets a lot of turnovers too, but he's a great
Uh,
passer. It's love like it Westbrook averaged more assists than LeBron, but who's the better passer? It's like the people look at numbers too much at times and don't really look at the results and really watch the game. Like
well,
they do things that don't show up in the stat. Like Lonzo do things that don't show up in the stat sheet. That's which is the reason why he
yeah,
got
yeah,
paid that
yeah, yeah.
85 million.
Defensively, see,
Yeah,
a lot of
and
people
offensively
like,
too though. The hockey
like,
assists, the hockey passes.
like defensively. True. Like you on point with what you're saying. You hit it right on the nail. It's not gonna show up on the stat sheet, but I've seen like when they played what you did, and they had made that push and had barely lost or whatever, and it came down to the like the last seconds or whatever. Lonzo was doing some incredible things defensively
Yep.
because he's always been a real good defensive player. I don't think a lot of people give him his credit on that. So, but him, we don't. You don't need Lonzo to do no more, no less. You know what I'm saying? He's never gonna be his brother. Lamelo, yeah, he got the talent. He's just gifted in
Yeah, he
other
does.
things.
He does things better than Lamelo. He's so it's like I don't see can Lonzo Ball ever be a superstar or that echelon type of player to league? No, but does it have to be? But it's like I mean I don't know. Lonzo has right now 12.6 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 5 assists. That's solid.
Mhm.
And playing great defense. He shot over 38% from three, the better shooter than Lamelo.
Right.
I mean, he's a better shooter. He's a way better defender. I know that. I mean, man, Lonzo averaging 1.6 blocks a game. I'm gonna see if we can keep that up. Average many blocks.
So
He's six.
you saying Lamelo's a better shooter?
Lonzo a better shooter.
Well,
Lamelo's a better
Lamelo
scorer, but Lonzo the better shooter.
Lamelo shot 36%. He shot 36 like 30.
Lamelo shooting 40% from three though
Well, no,
right now.
wait. Lonzo shot 38%.
Yeah. I
last
mean, I,
season,
I just I figured
and he improved
Lamelo,
on his free throws.
yeah,
I give you
Lamelo's a
that.
volume, yeah, Lamelo's a volume scorer though. So I don't. Let's see if he can keep that 40% up from the field. He's definitely a better scorer though than
And,
Lonzo.
and
But
he's gotten better year after year.
yeah,
As far as the shooting, true. You know, he got ridiculed in the beginning. I
yeah,
really don't feel like he ever should have changed his shot because to me, look at the Matrix, Sean Marion. His shot was way worse
yeah.
than
That's different. I
Lonzo's.
mean, some people differ though, man. I don't know how Shawn Murray even that. I mean, hey, man. I mean, Lonzo shooting that near 40% clip though. So I mean, shoot. I mean, it all worked out. I don't know about that shot. Because Shawn Murray still was never really a great shooter though. I don't know about that. I
And
mean,
he would be making them bitches like
now he was deep, he could hit it. He could hit it, but he didn't take too many threes like that. He may would take like what three, maybe four threes a game. But like
oh my
he'll
god.
make it. I mean, he definitely even hit him though. I was like, nah, I don't know how you can shoot like that. I mean, he did it though.
But
Alonzo, he's a deadly street point shooter now. So like, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I
yeah, he
told people,
changed.
man. I told people, I mean, Chicago. I mean, I told people Lonzo Ball too. People was thought he don't
Yeah,
Lonzo Ball.
man. Man,
Yeah,
true. Everybody said I was capping. Listen, I was on shout out to AB the hero. I was
just
on
how
AB.
AB.
Yeah, I was on AB the hero and I said, look, the people that had the best moves was Chicago and Charlotte. Man, in the comment section, people were saying, man, you capping, da 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 da. And look what's happening, man. I should have said the Wizards, but I wasn't too sure because the Wizards they
Kyle
had beat
Kuzma was balling
Cleveland.
too though in Montrez. That's the funniest thing about
Yeah,
it. So
so I just said, okay, look, we got to look at them. They took the best team, or the undefeated team, out tonight in
they held
Chicago.
him to 99 points. Held him 99 under 100 points too. That's impressive. You can do that in the NBA. Hold them by 100 points
And we
right
took
now.
that. We had to make our statement tonight. We had to make our presence felt because we blew out the Hawks. We're not playing with the Hawks this year. I know the Hawks is still gonna come in. They're gonna try to make their presence felt. But see, Trey Young starting to bitch and whine about the officiating now.
Oh yeah. Who was
So
guard? Who was Monty Matisse? Five was guard Trey Young.
you said what, bro?
Five was guard Trey Young. I mean, he went to the free throw line with only four. I mean,
And then the
yeah.
Heat put
Damn,
it
man only
on
had
them.
8 points and come on, John Collins had it. I only took 9 shots. John Collins, come on.
And the Suns, man, how you feel about the Suns? Shout out to Hitman X, man. How
Yeah,
you
shout
feel
out to
about
him,
the
man.
Suns? What you think they gonna because they came out booming against the Lakers, but they've been falling kind of down. You think they gonna reemerge?
Um, they are one of the best teams in the West, but other teams is better than them. Devin Booker been struggling.
Yeah, he not liking the rule changes.
I don't see. I don't think it's a rule. I mean, maybe the rule change. I mean, he's still a great scorer without the rule change. But I don't think him. The problem is Chris Paul is getting older. I don't see Devin Booker getting any better.
What? You don't? You think
I
he's
mean,
peaked?
I think he peaked. I mean, he's not super. He's not athletic. He only can go right. He's not.
Man,
He needs a lot of picks to get open and score. Just being honest, though, he's a great scorer. He's not. He's not. He's a great talent. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bum. He's definitely the problem. He scores his 2 or 7 points in a game. I mean, that's not easy to do. So I mean, but I don't see him getting much better. DeAndre Ayton. That's an interesting thing because they they couldn't fall come with an agreement. So and whether he's going to stay there, and then Timberwolves is playing great, so that I don't think that's out of question right now.
And
Calm
hey,
down.
and true. Guess who else playing good? The
Sometimes hurt.
motherfucking Kings, man.
Hey
The
man,
King, man, Harkless, De'Aaron Fox, man.
nah, ain't not even that though. Harrison Barnes one of their best player. I don't know what's
Man,
going on
they
with Harrison
is the
Barnes.
Kings is hooping, bruh.
I don't know what's got in Harrison Barnes, man. Harrison Barnes like their best player right now.
They got Harrison Brown and they still got Buddy Hield.
Yeah, they gonna trade Buddy Hield ass though.
Yeah, they. So
They gonna trade his.
you think it's just a fluke? You think they gonna slip?
I think they're gonna prove they tried it first. They tried Bagley and Buddy Hield is gonna be gone because I mean that's what that Davion Mitchell. Cause I mean when they draft as soon as they drafted Davion Mitchell, it was like yeah they
They
probably
they got
gone
they got the Mavs tomorrow.
because you could play that so you could play Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and Tyrese Halliburton at the same time,
Right.
and so that boy's a problem, man. Davion Mitchell, he's a problem. He
Man,
definitely
them
plays some
motherfuckers.
defense.
Them Kings, man, they really trying to make some noise, man, and see all the teams that you really thought like the Pelicans are dead last. They not going to Zion. Man, what's the deal? Man, true. Zion
Yeah, he
don't
don't
want to
want to
play.
be. He
That
don't want to be.
motherfucker don't want to play, man. He don't want
He
to
don't
play.
want. He don't want to play for New Orleans. I mean, I'm being for real. I mean, shoot, like, I mean, it's crazy because the Lonzo Ball. I mean, when they didn't want when the Pelicans didn't want to pay Lonzo Ball. Like, that's kind of crazy though. Like,
Right,
y'all didn't want to pay that man, and you let them. I mean, and that's like okay, it was a sign and trade, but it's like
right,
Zion
right,
wanted
right.
Lonzo. I mean, like Zion supposed to be your franchise player, and he wanted Lonzo to be there.
What? Well, his family had said that
Even his family, yeah, right. So it's like
yeah,
you're not doing anything to try to make this man stay here at all.
mm,
So he's not going to be in New Orleans.
yeah, man. I
But he
know,
also
man.
the reason why he also gained that weight too because he also be having that injury. So it's hard to work out when you hurt, and it's like he's already a big dude. So
You should, but see, that's the thing I don't get. See, he came in okay, and he came in. He was kind of had to wait and everything. Then he came in. His second year, he said, "Okay, look, I'm gonna get chiseled." He had dropped a few pounds, but then you want to come back and you want to gain that weight back, man. Like that don't make no sense. You need to be focused on getting even more chiseled, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Truth fell out.
you hear me?
Oh, okay, now I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but he had a foot injury, and he haven't really get a chance to work out like that. So it's like it's a crazy situation because now you got to know it's like when he get back, he got to make sure he get that weight down and get back in shape.
Oh yeah,
Because
and see when you get older, man, when he get older, he gonna have to cut down on the pound because he gonna end up. See, true. I was talking about LJ the other
yeah,
day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you don't want to end up like that's who he remind me of. He
you
remind
know
me
what's
of my
crazy, but
uncle.
crazy is people say you need to lose like crazy like 50 pounds. Like bro, that's not he's not that's not good for him. He's naturally that big. He don't can he needs to be at least around like 280 at the least 280. Maybe like 280, maybe 270, but he's a big dude. He's naturally big like that.
Yeah,
So people
but
expect him to
see, he
lose
ain't a, he ain't even. People be thinking like
that.
Zion like
People
6'9" Zion ain't really nothing but like 6'6" or six.
are say five. So it's like
Yeah, he. So he need to. he need to cut some of the weight down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, man.
Yeah, he do, but like definitely after he get that foot, well, he definitely do. But like he like, but like people expect him to like lose like 50 pounds. I'm like, dog, that's not. He's naturally big like that. I mean, we never see nobody like that big move like that. So it's like it is what it is. It's an interesting thing. So I don't know.
He remind me so much of LJ though, man. Like but
Yeah,
LJ actually had muscle though.
Zion got muscle too. Zion big, Zion strong as hell, bro. Like that
Man,
still ain't all fat, man. That's all.
Zion,
Zion strong as hell, bro. Like Zion probably one of the strongest dudes in the
Zion
league.
got some of that baby fat, man.
I'm not saying he
How
don't,
much
but that's
body
really.
fat? How much
I'm not
body fat
saying. I'm
Zion
not
got?
saying. I'm not
True.
definitely now. I'm not saying he
He,
don't, but he's still strong as
you need to
hell.
go. You need to train
Look,
Zion.
look at Mark Henry. Mark Henry ain't no chiller dude, but he's strong as a motherfucker. Those are the strongest dudes. Those are the
Yeah,
strongest dudes. The dudes that got the fat on.
right.
Those are the strongest dudes, man. I mean, shoot.
They just like country,
Like,
like Charles. Okay, would you compare him? Well, see, Charles Barkley when he came in, he dropped 50 pounds.
yeah, but he still had some chub. He was still chubby though.
You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
nah, but he was
But,
fat though, man.
but
He was
Charles
fat
Barkley was athletic, bruh, and
Yeah,
he
but he
wasn't
was
even like
fat.
six
Now
four.
Zion definitely like he got like north of 300 pounds, so he's fat too though. But like even when Zion got in the league though, people were talking about he needed to drop that much too much like 50 pounds, 40, 30. I'm like, no, he don't, man. Like he need to maintain to get to us to get good enough weight. But like he didn't need to be like Charles Barkley. That Charles Barkley was just fat. Zion, even if you look at Zion in college though, like he just like this is
Nah,
like the fuck he's a
Zion,
foot like he's a football player playing basketball.
but
That's really
this
what
is
it is though. He's really a football player playing basketball. Like he's really like a foot like he built a football athlete
that,
that's
that
playing
nigga
bad like
built like Zach Randolph. Nigga.
shoot. Zach Randall got a 40 inch with a 40 inch
Yeah,
vertical.
yeah.
That motherfucker. Listen, Zion is a strong dude, man. I mean, if Zion, hopefully he can get back. Hopefully he can get it. I like seeing him. He got a lot of potential, man. He just like I said,
Yeah,
he keeps his good health. Motherfucker, he's scary, man. 'Cause, like
man.
he's a strong dude.
But see, that's the thing. My thing is this: if when you come in, man, you have to understand that, man. You're gonna have to change some things, man. You can't you
Right.
see some of them guys are really starting to figure out. Okay, hey, look, when I come in, you want to just stay there. You're not just trying to say, okay, hey, look, I got the bat, which like a lot of them do. And this is why I say that. I say that to say this, true. I said when Zion came out with RJ Barrett and came out with Cam Reddish, this is how I broke it down. I said, who's gonna have the longest, most successful career is most likely gonna be RJ Barrett. I said, who's gonna be the most talented and gonna be most skilled, it was Cam Reddish. And who's gonna be the most entertaining to watch, but just gonna have a short window? It's gonna be Zion Williamson, man. It's
Yeah.
that's just how I felt because I'm a Duke fan, and I said, man, Cam Reddish, man, he loaded with potential. This is a freshman,
Yeah.
uh,
Cam Reddish.
doing all
Oh.
that. Yeah, and with RJ Barrett and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He playing out of his mind over there in NY. But
Word.
but Zion, I just don't see him having no longevity until he just makes a drastic change. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be like, okay, hey, look, I'm gonna take my conditioning serious, I'm gonna take my body serious, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. He got north. Cause also he got north of 300 pounds, so he ain't gonna play this season then. Cause like And you got because mind you got the foot injury. You don't want to. I mean, if he's 300 pounds, like you got to lose that weight. So like, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Like
He
who
be
I
missing the
got
whole
up here
season.
ain't true. Look at who we looking at right now. Look at Andrew Bynum. Remember, he was loaded with potential, but he
Yeah,
just could. He after a while, you was like, do you even want to play?
yeah, that's crazy.
But
That's
yeah, true,
definitely
man.
what
I'm
it is.
finna go ahead, man. I thank you for pulling up, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down for the
I
night, man.
appreciate you, man. That's
No,
no
no
strain.
doubt, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my homie True the King TV, man. Definitely be popping over there, man. I appreciate him pulling up, man. Y'all like this video, share it, subscribe, do everything, do what y'all do, and hit the notifications too, man. Too,
Absolutely.
man. True the King,
Salute, man.
man.
I'm gonna
Salute
be
to
out,
you.
man. Peace, man.
Uh, all right, man. Hoorah to you, man. Until then, man. Polo Sports Talk and ENT, man. I get at y'all later.